More big news involving the District of Columbia and the Washington Commanders coming right off the heels of the stadium announcement and deal with DC for over 3.7 billion last week. In the entire press conference we got from Roger Goodell, Josh Harris, and Mayor Muriel Bowser. Cunit Dill, the same guy who reported such stadium deal, has just come out and said, tomorrow, there will be a big announcement from President Trump, Roger Goodell, and Josh Harris. And for the first time ever, the NFL draft is coming to Washington, D.C. A generational draft class, too. Let's talk about it. National Mall, Pennsylvania Avenue, the nation's capital, will be hosting its first ever NFL draft in the year 2027, the year where we could be seeing Arch Manning, Jeremiah Smith, Ryan Williams, Dylan Raiola. It could be Lagway. There's all type of prospects coming out that year. And we watched 770,000 people attend the draft in Detroit. We just watched 600,000 people flood the streets of Wisconsin. Who goes to Wisconsin? Beats me, but we're getting over 1 million plus in the city. If you live in the city during draft weekend 2027, you might want to get the fuck up out of there for a little bit, because if you could get 600,000 people in bumfuck Wisconsin and 770,000 in Detroit. I didn't even know Detroit had the space to house 700,000 people. Just kidding, by the way. Just having a little fun with it. But the National Mall is going to be flooded. And 4th Street around Pennsylvania Avenue, National Mall is where they'll be doing it. Another announcement. So 2 weeks in a row, we get an announcement from the team. Last Monday, we got a nice 90-minute press conference about the stadium deal. And there are a lot of details about the stadium that we need to talk about, because I've seen a lot more come out over the week. There obviously needs to be a couple more council members and political posturing that needs to take place. Some more people need to be massaged and stuff like that. But this is cool, man. This is the rollout to the new stadium. This is how you know this shit is happening. All momentum, all steam is up for the Washington Commanders. New stadium in 2030. NFL drafts coming to the National Mall in D.C. in 2027. That is bringing around 1 million plus people into the city over that 3-day weekend. That is so exciting. I was always thinking it was going to be the National Mall or the National Harbor if they ever brought it to the city. But we now know. And when they bring it here, we all got to attend at some point. I got to pop out for day 3 with the group chat. The boys got to pull up, bro. That's supposed to be a legendary class, too. Something tells me NIL keeps Arch Manning in school for an additional year. So that could be the Arch Manning draft. If Dylan Raiola, which is fake Mahomes, if he decides to be good, that's his class. Ryan Williams, Jeremiah Smith. There are a lot of prospects in the 2027 NFL draft. And I wonder if this announcement tomorrow is going to tell us more than about the draft, because since President Trump will be speaking on the matter, I'm sure he will be commenting about football returning to the district and all shit like that. They're bringing out Josh Harris. They're bringing out Roger Goodell with the president. They're announcing this shit from the White House at some point tomorrow. And I trust the source, because Cunit Dill is the guy who was the first on, oh, by the way, tomorrow they're announcing the stadium deal, and when nobody else had it. So this is a more than reliable source. 2027, apparently Washington put in its bid for the 2027 draft about 11 months ago. They originally put in a bid for the 2024 draft, but that was rewarded to the Detroit Lions, and 2025 went to Lambeau. So historic sites are getting the NFL draft. This is awesome too, because I remember once upon a time where every NFL draft took place at Radio City Music Hall in New York City. I like that they're expanding it. It looks like an obnoxiously large crowd, but definitely some bucket list shit. I've always wanted to attend the draft at least one time. I won't have to travel to do so. I'll be going right up the road to DC with my boy. We'll probably pop in there day 3 or some shit like that. Because night 1 of the draft, we're going to do what we do. Night 2, we're going to do what we do on the channel. But night 3, we probably pop in there. What are your thoughts on the matter? Everybody's going to be like, oh my God, traffic. The city's going to be overcrowded. Oh my God, what are we going to do? A city hosts the draft every year. And last time I checked, none of those cities burnt to the ground like Pompeii. So I think the District of Columbia is going to be just fine. I think a huge, gargantuan event like that, that's fire. That's fire, bro. We need more stuff like that. This is all a part of the album rollout of RFK 2.0 coming in 2030. By the time this draft get here, there will already be some architecturing up Stadium Armory. Ground will be broke. I will be a year into this is the current progress of the stadium type vlog that I'm going to be doing on the channel. Because I promise y'all, at least once a month, once they put shovel in dirt, I will be reporting live from the site, after they knock down current RFK and get that rat infestation out the stadium. After they get that shit out the way, I will be pulling up once a month to give y'all some type of progress on how it's going. And we're going to progressively see this shit go from ashes to a state-of-the-art best stadium in the country. Words of our managing partner and owner, Josh Harris himself. But back to the topic of the matter, man. NFL Draft 2027 is coming to the nation's capital. It's coming to the DMV, and it's going to be at the National Mall. They already have a specific plan in sight. You have to flesh out all of that in the interview process when Washington put its bid in. Like I said, they bid for the 2024 draft, didn't get it. 25 was already picked. Where is the 2026 draft going to be? Let me look that up right now. 2026 NFL draft. Who hosts it before us? Probably a fly-ass city. Where is it? I don't see it. City. Who is hosting? Pittsburgh. Okay. Oh, so they're going to all the historic sites. So you go to Wisconsin out in Lambeau. Then you're going to Pittsburgh, the Steel City, blue collar of America. And then you're coming to Washington, D.C. in 2027. This is huge news, y'all. Say what you want about the president. This is news about our football team, so that shit's relevant. I don't care about politics. I will never discuss politics on this channel. This is a football fun and entertainment channel, but Trump will be making an announcement tomorrow, letting the world know that the NFL draft in the year of 2027 is coming. We were just talking about this last week when I said maybe the new stadium site could be somewhere where they do some type of thing for the draft one day. And here we go 1 week later, announcing that Washington, D.C. is hosting the 2027 NFL draft. And I want y'all to pay attention to that draft class that's supposed to be coming out in 2027 because 2 generational receivers are about to be in it with Jeremiah Smith and Ryan Williams. I think Arch Manning goes back to school because he don't have to come out unless he wants to in 26. Rayola, there could be all types of players in that 2027 class. And there are people, I've heard Jordan Reed and some people throw out the terms, could be the best draft class ever from a prospect standpoint. But more importantly, that's just a cool event, man. That's some bucket list shit. I'm going to see every stadium. I'm going to see a game at every stadium before my life ends. It's on my bucket list. Attending the draft is definitely something high on my bucket list as well. Going to another city to attend the draft always seemed like a hike, and you sitting out there watching the draft with hundreds of thousands of people, how you use the bathroom if you got to use it. If it's right in our backyard in the city, which it's going to be, I'm with it. I'll see y'all there in 2027, man. This is something I'll actually listen to the president say. I'll be tuned in and locked in tomorrow, and I imagine there will be some type of conversation and dialogue about the stadium. Roger Goodell, you heard how emphatically he spoke up when they asked him about Washington eventually getting the Super Bowl, that stadium is going to change lives. That new stadium is going to create jobs, it's going to create homes, it's going to create a whole vibe and a development of an area that's been shit for a long time. You think they did something with the Navy Yard, with Nats Park and all the shit they built around there. Watch what they do with blank blank stadium or dome at RFK Stadium. Washington will be finally getting its first NFL draft 2 years from now in 2027. And you know what's going to be feeling even greater? Washington ain't going to be needing a quarterback. We could be coming off a Super Bowl. Could you imagine coming off a fucking Super Bowl type season? And then we hosting the draft, and then we get in the stadium a couple years. Okay, I'm putting the cart ahead of the horse a little bit. I got excited. I'm getting excited. This is what I do. I'm a passionate fan. I love this team with my whole life. We were talking about it earlier in the chat. My man said his wife asked him, did he need therapy? Because she was like, why can you just spout out all these things about your team that happened years ago? Because we care. And that's why news like this and any minute or large news matters all equally to me, because we care, we love, and we adore this football team. You could call them whatever the hell you want to. That's my team for life. Hail to the Washington Commanders. Bleed burgundy and golden to the death of you. We're hosting an NFL draft in 2027, baby. Announcement coming tomorrow. Shout out the Cunit deal of Axios for once again scooping some large Washington, D.C. / Washington Commanders news. I'll be looking forward to seeing Roger Goodell, Josh Harris with the president tomorrow. That's all I got for right now. Hail to the Washington Commanders. Commander Rio.